Boone, thank you for taking the time. Aside from talking to fake news media, good day for you so far?
Wait, your fake good news? Your fake
I think
news? Your
so.
fake news or your fake good news?
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B, but aside from that classification, good day for you so far?
Um, you know, technology makes my head itch.
Well, sorry about the technology on behalf of technology.
No, I know. Yeah.
Congrats on this new film. When did you actually make it?
Oh man. Time for me has always been a little sketchy in terms of constructing and reconstructing. Uh and it's full throttle now. So I have no idea. It feels like at least 2 years ago.
Okay, got it. To us,
That may be totally wrong. It may be less, way less.
well, to us, nonetheless, it's a new film.
Yeah,
So
and
when
a new
we
film to me too.
when we look it up on IMDb, it dubs you as Burly Man. Was that what was written in the script when you originally got it?
I think so. I don't recall actually. It may well not have been. I got this part because Tommy Flanagan refused it or something. He was busy, and he suggested me to them, and they seemed to think that that was a good idea.
Hey, it seems like a great idea to me. Did you know anyone else from the cast? Had you worked with anyone from the cast before landing the role?
No, it's a pretty small cast, and I didn't know anybody. And I only worked with Jack and what's his name? Not in the movie, Sam. No, that's his name in the movie. Uh, I don't remember. I'm sorry, I don't. You know,
Well,
remember.
where was it? To rudely interrupt you there, where was it filmed? Do you remember that part?
Yeah, we thought at a lighthouse. I mean, that everything I did was at the lighthouse and the house that where the lighthouse is
Hmm.
in in Southern California. It's a lighthouse that's kind of north of, oh God, what is the name of that town? It begins with a C. It's a really, I've been to it a bunch of times over the years. I lived in California for like 33 years or something. Um, I don't anymore. But yeah, that's it's an actual lighthouse, a very cool looking lighthouse, obviously, very cool looking lighthouse. And I,
Yeah,
there's seem to be so few of them around anymore, and maybe they should be reinstituted given all the boat accidents that are happening.
sure. Well, talking about having lived in California, do I have it correct that your career journey was Ohio to New York to California back to New York?
No, um, I I didn't do. I was born in Ohio. I was born in Cincinnati, but only lived there till I was 9 and a half or something. Then moved to Chicago
Oh,
area, and then that's where I went to junior high school and high school, and then I bolted out of there as pretty much as quickly as I could, and I went to Vermont.
wow. Okay. Wikipedia is wrong. Let it be known Wikipedia is wrong. But I know that when you moved to New York,
Surprise, surprise.
yeah, when you moved to New York, you're originally doing stand up, and
No, no,
so
I
that's
never.
wrong too.
Well, it's all great, but I um I did theater in on basically mostly on the Lower East Side in New York.
Hmm.
Very, kind of crazy. I mean, what New York is, whatever New York is, and it was great when I was there from the 70s till 90, and and that was all, the 70s disco and um, house, and then there was punk, right there in the on the Lower East Side. That's where all the punks were.
Yeah.
Um, and then whatever, all the music. Everybody was in a band back then, and
Right.
and a lot of what you would call influencers now are, we're we're, we're living there. It was a lot. It was a very bit. Everybody, the downtown scene was kind of a movies, art, writers,
Sure.
everything. It was a community that was not that, it was big, but not that big. You kind of could know like a lot of people.
Well, the other side of New York, about 25 minutes from here, you filmed Trees Lounge, which was that your first film that you'd ever been part of on Long Island?
That's the only movie I've ever made in Long Island, I believe. That's where Steve is from.
Yes.
Yeah, Steve and I didn't do stand up. We did like theater,
Mm-hmm.
short, sometimes short, sometimes longer uh, plays. In like our first long big gig was at Folk City, um, and where they had asked us to do a theater night, and we did that for a year, and then we're every play was about trying to kill each other, so we decided maybe we should stop trying to write a play every week and do
Sure.
it, so um yeah, and
So,
then
so you mentioned the punk scene, and I see what looks to be a bass in your lap. Is anything happening for you on the musical front at the moment? Because I know you did have a song in Trees Lounge.
well, that song that I made up and sang two lines of, yes, that's
Yes.
the entirety of that song. I mean, Steve and I one Steve used to sing when we would be sitting around writing. He would sing songs. I'm like, what the fuck? What's that? What's that you're singing? Blah 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 blah. I don't know. No. What's the song? What are you singing? So he was an Elvis Costello maniac. He like blah 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 blah. But he would sometimes be singing songs that he had written. So I got him to record those. We sort of started a band called the Pawns of Love, and I wrote songs, but mostly Steve was the singer because he didn't play an instrument at that time, and I played guitar very badly, and then we had some other very pretty good musicians, the Eric brothers, and then their brother-in-law, et cetera, et cetera. And we didn't play out that much, but we played out sometimes.
Does that mean no new music from you personally?
Music, I'm always like mussing around with music. I just happened, my son was in here and I was messing with him right when
Got it.
it caught up on me, this thing.
Got it. Well, two quick questions and then I let you go. First question, I'm beginning to see the light is the new movie. Do we know what's next from you, or are we allowed to know, or do we just keep following the IMDb and the social media to find
I,
out?
I'm I was just in a movie that came out, Odessa, which was on somewhere, uh, and with Sadie, whatever her name is, Sink,
Family?
Sadie Sink from The Whale and
Mm-hmm.
Stranger Things, and
Mm-hmm.
she's on Broadway right now, I think. And then a movie called Skinamax, uh, which is I shot in Hungary, um, Paris, whatever,
Wow.
Paris. What's her name? The famous Michael Jackson, Paris Jackson,
Mm-hmm.
and one of the four brothers, from I'm just terrible with names.
The key is you're working.
Yeah,
You're
well,
working.
not that. I've had two kids. I have one 5-year-old, and I have a boy who's going to be in a month, less than a month, 2. So I like to be away from the kids when they're really young as much as possible. And we've had a strike, and we had a blah blah blah, and a blah 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 blah
Yeah.
blah. So
Well,
who knows? Trying to get. I'm always trying to get together movies. Um,
well,
I'm going back to that again. So it may be there may be a thing down the line
and
right now.
the last question before I let you go. One of my favorite roles that you ever did was Pat on The Last Man on Earth. Was that series as much fun to make as it looks like it was to the fans?
That was I had a really good time on that. Yeah. Um, with Jason Sudeikis, that was fun, and playing tennis in 105-degree weather with a hazmat suit on. It's really not the smartest thing you can do. But that and Will was great, and they asked me actually back for the third season of that, and like um, they just Fox offered me a ridiculous deal, and I was like, I can't do that. So, and they didn't change it. So, unfortunately, I didn't do the third season. The guy, what's his name? The big Latino guy on that show. He's amazing.
Mel Rodriguez. Yeah.
Rodriguez. Yeah, amazing. He's funny he's really good. Everybody, I mean, everybody's good on that show, but
Well,
that was that's how that happened.
glad
Or I
you're
don't
able
know.
to.
I made a movie called with Jennifer Aniston and Tim Robbins. What's it called? Crime Story or something. It doesn't fit. It's a Leonard Elmore Leonard novel, but anyway, and that's when Will did and I did a couple of scenes together, and that's how I ended up doing that show.
Wow. Okay. Glad to piece that all together. But Boone, thank you for the many years of
As
great
far as this
entertainment.
movie, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but go ahead.
I was just thanking you for doing what you do, how you do it, and really looking forward to what's to come, including getting that I'm beginning to see the light worldwide and eventually on TV and all that kind of stuff.
Did you like that movie?
Sure.
Yeah, I the guy Constantine who directed the movie. Do you know anything about him? He's like 83 years old or something, and it's his first movie that he's done in outside of Russia. He was amazing. I One of the best I've worked with. I guess I've worked with some good directors, but
Just a few.
he was absolutely magic, and that's what the best part of that movie I think too is the magic of it. There's a kind of magical quality to that movie.
Paltrocast.